have something for you that I've gotten a lot of requests for. This is a gentle beginner Pilates class. You're still going to get a workout, but it's easy to do if you're new to Pilates. Helps you see the methods of how we do Pilates, and I will cue you throughout the class so you'll understand why we do what we do. This can be done on the floor, of course, like I am. And then I have some students in my family who have issues with hips and are not allowed to be on the floor. So this can be done in a bed, on top of a bed, or if you go to physical therapy, the tables that they have there, something like that. So I wanted y'all to have a look at this and see what you think. I'm going to give you some modifications to make it more challenging, but mostly this is going to be like an introduction, a beginner to Pilates, okay? So let's start. We're going to do some stretches throughout, as we always do. Take some breaks. We're going to work the core. It's not going to be as challenging as some of my other workouts on the channel, but I think you'll like it. So 2 things to remember in Pilates. We inhale as we prepare for the exercise, typically through the nose. It's not that important if you do it through the mouth. You exhale as you're executing the exercise. We also imprint the lower back into the mat, and I'm going to demonstrate and show that to you as we go. But let's get started first, and we're going to go ahead and hands on the knees. We're going to scoop the belly, pull the abs in very tight, drop your head, and hold it right here. So this exercise, or this stretch, I should say, is done to curve the lumbar spine, which is the lower spine, in a different direction than it normally goes. It's right over your pelvis. Normally that direction is opposite of what we're doing now. So we're going to do this to stretch it out a little bit. And then we're going to come up and sit nice and tall. Let's take our chin down to our chest and get the neck all ready. And then take it back up and then gently over to the left. Up and over to the right. Perfect. Back up again. Now we're going to take that spine in another direction, a little gentle twist. So I want you to put opposite hand on the opposite knee, hand by your side, and we're twisting right here. Good. So far, so good, right? I think you'll like it. All right, switch to the other side. Twist, hold it here. This feels really nice, especially if you've been standing a lot. If your back is tired, this is a really nice stretch. All right, good. Come right back to center. Let's take our arms straight out to the side, and we're going to do a little lean over to the left, and I want you to reach your right arm as far over as you desire. Put a little bend in the elbow if you want to go deeper. Hold it right here. Good. Take it back up. Same thing on the other side. Lean and reach. We're keeping the abs pulled in, okay? Don't release them. Bend it and go deeper if you want. Perfect. Come back up. All right. The next thing we're going to do is kind of articulate the hips, get them moving. So we're going to come and bring the knees in. We're going to take our left leg. Hands are by our side. All we're going to do is extend it straight out. Then I want you to turn your feet out to the side, slide it in, back up, okay? Same thing on the other side. Extend, toes out, slide in and up. And now we're going to take it in the opposite motion. So from here, back to the original leg. Open it, extend and turn up, slide in. Same thing on the other side. Out, slide, turn in. Good. All right, one more stretch here. Now my knees are bent. I'm sitting cross leg style. If you'd rather sit with your legs out, or this is called the mermaid, you can do this also. Whatever your preference is, wherever you're most comfortable. So this is a gentle version of the Pilates saw. The saw is quite a bit of motion, twisting, turning on the spine. This is a gentle version, which keeps our arms to our elbows, keeps our arms to our shoulders, so we don't twist with our extended arms. So tall spine, just a little twist to the left, and to the right, left. I think you probably already feel better already for these warm-ups, right? Twist. Let's do 4 more, nice and slow. Try to keep your hips glued to the mat. Twist. Give me 2 more. Twist and twist. All right, perfect. Now we're gonna lie all the way down on the mat. We're gonna keep our knees bent. This next series is called the Sleepwalk series. It is designed to articulate your shoulders, to get your shoulders moving and loosened up, if you will. So we're going to do this with our knees bent. But before we start, let's practice the Pilates imprint I told you about in the beginning. So I want everyone to arch your back up nice and high. And then I want you to put your hand underneath that lower back. You see how there's a lot of space, okay? That is the opposite of where we want to be. We want to remove the hands, and then I want you to push your lower back down into the mat. And you'll notice as you do that motion, watch my hips. My hip pelvis tilts up just a little to the ceiling, and now there's no space. No space. That's where we want to be. That's called the Pilates imprint. So in this whole class, this is where we want to be. So first thing we're going to do is start with the imprint, knees bent. Belly buttons pulled in is the third cue you need to remember. We want to keep those muscles pulled in tight. The visual is pull that belly button in towards your spine. All right, both hands by your side. We're going to inhale first, and we're just going to take our left arm remains here, right arm overhead, and then we're going to just switch positions. So we inhale first, exhale, switch. Inhale as we're stationary, exhale, switch. Stay imprinted. Inhale here, exhale, switch. Make sure your abs are in. Inhale, switch and exhale. One more. Inhale here, switch and exhale. Perfect. Now, arms out to the side. We're going to move those shoulders in another direction. We're going to take our arms straight up over our head. So imprint. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Inhale here, exhale down. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, down. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale here, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale, down. Very good. Now, from here, we're going to do what's called the backstroke. And from the backstroke, we're going into the gentle Pilates 100. So that is an exercise that's meant just to get your heart rate up a little. Our heart rates don't get up very high in Pilates because it's a strength training, not cardio. We pump our arms in the Pilates 100, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing with this exercise. Typically, the intermediate or the step beyond beginners, your legs are straight up as you pump, or you take them to a 45. Today, we're just going to do knees bent, but I'll give you the option of legs straight up. That's a little more challenging for your core. So go ahead and push your back into the mat. First thing we're going to do is inhale, then we're going to take our arms overhead, exhale, all the way around and down. 2 more just like that. Inhale, use a lot of control, tighten those arm muscles. Inhale, exhale around and down. 1 more, inhale here, exhale around. Now watch this. From here, we're going to lift our head up and pump our arms. Now, remember to keep your back imprinted and your abdominal muscles pulled in tight as we pump. Here is the modification if you want more challenge, straight up in the air, okay? It's totally up to you, but since this is a gentle class, I'm doing the gentle version for you as a demonstration, and then come back to the mat. Woo! So you see how that gets your arms moving, gets your heart rate up a little bit. All right, let's do 1 more like that. We're going to do 3 backstroke arms first. Keep the head down to begin. Imprint that back. Inhale, exhale around for 1 and down. Inhale, exhale up and around for 2. All right, last one. We're going to do the 100. Here we go. Inhale, exhale, lift that head, pull the bellies in and pump. Right here. Very good. Pump. So with this, the breathing is whatever you prefer, okay? Inhaling and exhaling slowly is fine. All right, time for a short break. So we're gonna pull those knees in. Perfect, we're gonna roll right and left, and that releases that lower back a little bit. Okay. Now from here, we're going to do a beginner, very beginner roll up. So what we're going to do is keep the knees bent. We're going to take our arms back behind our head, and let's practice that imprint while we're here, because you see how in this position your back is arched. Go ahead and make sure you're pushing it in. That's hard to do with your arms behind your head, but it's important. So what we're going to do after a big inhale is we're just going to lift up just our head and reach for those knees and hold it there just a second as we engage the abs, okay? Let's try it. Inhale here, exhale up, lift the head, and just hold it, draw those belly buttons in. Good, and then slowly come back down. Now, as I'm coming back down, I'm being mindful to push that lower back, that imprint into the mat, okay? Let's do a few more of these. Inhale here, exhale up, hold it, good, and down. Perfect. Inhale here, exhale up, hold it. Keep that chin up a little bit. Don't bury it in your chest, and then down. So you should feel those abs tightening up and engaging, right? It's gentle, but it's there. One more like that. Inhale, exhale up. Hold it, tighten those abs, and beautiful. All the way down. Good work. Nice work. Okay, from here we're going to do 2 classical Pilates exercises, but I've made them gentle for you. So the first one is the leg circle. Typically the leg circle is done with one leg glued to the mat, the other leg straight up. The gentle version is that leg is bent rather than extended. So let's bend our left leg. We're going to keep our right leg up. If you have lower back issues, or if you're feeling during this exercise you need a little more support for the lower back, you're going to make your hands in the shape of a diamond, and you're going to put them underneath that tailbone, and that adds a little back support for you, okay? So here's a modification for making this more challenging. What we're going to do, let's put the hands down. I'll show you the gentle version first. We're just going to take that leg and circle it as big as you want. The bigger you go, the more challenging it's going to be. So here's what I want you to think about. Don't think about using your quad muscles. Think about using your ab muscles. Think about feeling that they're propelling that leg for you, okay? Now, here's a version that's a little more challenging, and it's going to be a bigger circle down towards the mat and up, okay? That's something you can work towards once you master this one, okay? All right, so let's go back to the gentle version. We're going to do circles in each direction. All right, I think we've got it. Other thing to remember is the imprint, of course. Also, don't wiggle in that pelvis. Pushing that pelvis into the mat, keeping it stable, is part of the ab workout here, okay? All right, here we go. Circle. Let's do 1, 2, 3. Keep those abs tight. 4. Give me 2 more, ladies and gentlemen. Number 5 and 6. Stop. Other direction. Here we go. Counting down. 6, 5. Looking good. 4, 3. Abs tight. 2 and 1. All right. Pull that knee in. Take a little pause, and we're going to move on to the other one. Here we go. Bend that right knee. Let's take the left leg up. Stabilize those pelvises. Push that back into the mat. Inhale here. Exhale, circle for 1, 2. Very good. 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, other direction. Here we go. Counting down. 6, 5. Keep that pelvis glued. 4. Mine's trying to wiggle. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Go ahead and pull both knees in right here. Perfect. All right, from here we're going to do the single leg stretch. So this is done with your head lifted. We're going to keep the head down. If you try this and you feel like, I can challenge myself a little more, then you're going to raise your head. Make sure you're imprinted though. So we start off with the right knee in. Let's put both hands on that shin. We're going to inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to extend that left leg. Let it hover over the mat. If that is not gentle enough, you're going to just lie it down on the mat. We're going to bring that knee in for 2 counts. 1, 2. We inhale, and then we switch positions as we exhale. 1, 2. Inhale here. Exhale, switch. I'm going to leave my leg down. Super gentle for y'all to watch. 1, 2. Now, as my knees are passing each other right here, I am super mindful of keeping my abs pulled in, okay? 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's do 3 more. Here's number 1. Number 2. And number 3. Good. Pull those knees in. Take a short pause. Roll right and left. All right, next up, I call this the Tabletop series. So I would like for everyone to try it first with the diamond shape to make sure the back is supported. So go ahead and make that diamond shape. Go ahead and put it underneath your tailbone. And we're going to come to a tabletop. So this is called the tabletop because your shins represent the top of a table. Pretty easy to remember this, right? So the goal is to keep them parallel to the floor in between repetitions. So we're going to do single leg toe taps. So let's start with the right leg. We're going to inhale first. We're going to exhale and slowly. The goal is to touch the mat. If you can't, that's fine. If you feel any strain in your back, don't go all the way down. And then bring it up. Left leg, inhale first. Toe tap, exhale down. Look, and lift. Again, toe down, up. Inhale first. Exhale down. Keep that back imprinted. Keep alternating down and up. Now, try to keep that chin lifted just a little. Don't bury it in the chest. We want it up towards the ceiling, okay? Tap. And this is really good, especially for the lower abdominals. Tap. Lift. Tap. Very good. Tap. Give me one more on each side. Okay, now we're going to just take it up a little bit more challenging. So we're coming to the hardest part of the class. This one, not that hard. And then one more that's going to, well, the last one's going to be a little challenging, but we're going to try it because we're strong, okay? Now, we're going to take both legs together. Inhale first, exhale, just take them down a little distance down, just right about here, right when you feel those abs kicking in, and then we're going to flex the feet and bring them up. Now, if you want to go lower, that will be more challenging. I'd like for you to keep your diamond shape, and it's going to go, if you can take it all the way to the mat and up, that's fine. I don't want you losing the imprint, and I don't want any stress on the lower back. Make sure your belly button's in, but we're going to do it for this video. We're just going to take it a little ways down, okay? So toes are pointed if you can. Inhale here, exhale down. Flex and up. Point, inhale here. Exhale. Look and lift again. Point here. Inhale to prepare. Exhale down. Flex and up. Point, inhale here. Exhale down. Push that back into the mat. Flex up. Give me 2 more, ladies and gentlemen. Inhale. Point. Exhale down. Flex and up. One more. Pointed here. Inhale. Exhale down. And up. Very nice. Good job. Pull those knees back into the chest. We're going to roll right and left and take a nice little break. From here, from this little nice stretch we're going to do, put one hand on each of your knees and then circle those knees around. And that will release your back. Okay? And let's take it in the other direction. Circle. Very good. All right. 2 more things and then we're going to move on to some other work on other parts, other muscles in our body. This next one is called the can-can, okay? So I want everyone to open your arms wide to the mat and your legs are at tabletop. The goal is just to take your legs just a little bit to the left. This is going to be the challenging part. And then if you can, raise them up and bring them down. And then over to the other side. You don't have to go far to feel this work in your abs. Extend and down. Good. To the other side. Not too far. Up and down. Now, here's the modification to make this harder. You're going to go down as far as you want. As long as your opposite shoulder stays glued. That's what I want you to think about. So let's do a few more of these. This really works the side of your abdominals, your oblique muscles. Up and down, over, up, and down again. Over, up, down. Let's do one more on each side. Here we go. Over, extend, and down. And last one. I really, really love this one. I do this one in so many of my classes because it's a really good, safe one. Perfect. All right, pull those knees in again. Let's roll right and left. And we're going to turn over and come to our hands, well, to our forearms and our knees for some stretches. So let's go ahead and come all the way over. This is going to feel really nice. So we're going to come to our knees. Our forearms are down. We're keeping our abdominal muscles pulled in. And hopefully if you're having to do this from a bed, this is still going to work for you, okay? So from here, we're just going to arch the back up. That's a cat. And then we're going to take our bellies towards the mat or the bed, and that's the cow. Again, arch it up. And back. Now, flatten that back as best as you can and just wiggle your bottom. This is called wag the tail, left and right. Left and right. We're keeping the abdominal muscles pulled in though, don't forget. Left and right. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and come all the way down to our stomachs. And we're going to do 2 things to work the back, the glutes and the hamstrings. The first one is called the gentle Pilates swimmer. So extend your arms and your legs. Everything is about shoulder width apart. If you have issues with your shoulders, just keep a little bend in your elbows. I want you keeping your gaze down. Do not keep your gaze up. That's too much stress for your upper neck. And we're just going to take one side at a time, opposite side, and lift it. So we're going to lift the left leg and the right arm, and then we're going to release it. Now we're going to lift the left arm and the right leg and release. And we're just going to keep going from here. Up and down. Lift. Now the higher you go, clearly, the more challenging it will be. So listen to your body, and as you continue to do this video, you may work your way into a faster motion and a higher lift, okay? And then as you are able to do this video without being challenged, you can move on to other videos on my channel that are more challenging. Up, keep going. This is a super safe way to work the back. This works the muscles around the spine, which keep us stable in our daily activities, keep us from injuring our spine when we move incorrectly. Good. All right, let's do 3 more. Here's 1, 2, one more, 3. Good. Now take that head down on your hands for a break. Now leaving your head down, I want you to kick those legs, a little swimmer kick, okay? So I want the motion to come from your hips, so have a look at me. It's not this. It's not from the knees, it's from the hips. It's the whole leg, okay? Safe way to work the back. And release. Let's do another set. Lift and kick. And release. One more set. Lift and kick. Good. Release that. And stay here on the mat for a short pause. The next exercise we're going to do is extremely common, especially if you are in physical therapy for any issues with knees or hips. It's called the bridge. So we're going to roll back over to our back, and the bridge is fabulous because you can add on to it and make it more challenging. You can change it up and add different things to challenge yourself even more. But today we're going to just do a regular bridge, which is fabulous, and you're going to feel it. And what this exercise also does is addresses your pelvic floor muscles, which men and women both have. That's the muscles that supports your bladder and all of your intestines, supported by the pelvic floor muscles. So how we're going to address those is we're going to imagine we have to use the bathroom, and we're going to pull everything in, okay? So let's try that. Hands are by our side first. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to lift our pelvis off the mat. Now notice that my spine is still pretty straight. We don't want to come up too high like this. We want to be straight, but our shoulders are carrying most of the weight. From here, I want you to squeeze your glutes. Imagine you have to go to the bathroom, find those muscles and pull them in and up. Okay, and hold it, just hold it right here. This kind of an exercise in which we stay held in a position is called isometric. We're just engaging the muscles without using any of the joints. It's super safe. You can do this exercise all day long, okay? And it works. It works especially for pelvic floor muscles. Now we're going to release and come down. Perfect. Let's lift again and hold. Here we go. Lift. Squeeze those muscles, those glutes together. Belly buttons are pulled in. Hold it here. Everything is engaged. Butt, hamstrings, and abs. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and release that. Let's pull our knees in. In Pilates, the classes are typically 45 minutes to 55 minutes. And we work everything, okay, from your core, front core, side, back, legs, and arms. So next up are the legs. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll to the side. And as we do our leg exercises, we continue to keep our abdominal muscles engaged. Think about that belly button moving towards your spine. So I want you to keep your bottom leg bent, and I want you to take your top leg straight out from your pelvis. And then I want you just to take that leg and slide it just a little bit back, okay? From here, we're going to do little leg lifts. We're going to lift for 1 and down, 2, keep your abs pulled in, 3, 4, 5, we'll do 10 of these, 6, you feel that? 7, 8, 2 more, number 9, last one here for 10, good. Hold it here and relax a minute, do a little rub if you need to. Good. All right, from here, we're going to do little tiny leg circles. So circle that leg. It doesn't have to be big, That addresses your obliques very nicely. Also your glute again and the lower back. Very nice. I feel it. Let's reverse that direction. Good. I know, hurts, right? It's a good pain though. As long as just the muscles burning, that's okay. That means you're working them. All right, now we're going to put that leg down. We're going to add a lovely stretch. So I want that leg is behind the foot of the bottom leg, just a little. Out in front. And then what we're going to do is take that top hip and basically roll it back. And as you roll, that hand's going to slide in. What this stretch does is open up the pelvis. So as we age, gravity takes its toll on many parts of our bodies. Our pelvises begin to roll inward. So this is a really good stretch to do. And again, this is one you can do as many times as you want to fight that roll in, okay? Just hold it as long as you want. But for the purpose of this video, we're going to have to move on to the next other leg. So let's go ahead and switch sides here. All the way down. Remember to keep that bottom leg bent. And we're going to take that top leg straight out from our pelvis, slide it back just a little. Abdominals are in tight. Little leg lifts here. 1, not too high. Abs in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 9. Give me one more here. 10. Relax it down. Rub it out a minute if you need to. All right, let's go for that burn. Here we go. Lift the leg just a little and make little circles right here. Right here. Good. And we're going to reverse that direction. Breathe through it. Feeling it? I feel it. Okay, let's lie it all the way down and do our stretch. Top arm out. Let's slide. Let's open those hips and let that hand slide in. We're going to hold it here a minute. And then I have one more thing to do with you for legs. And then we're going to finish up with some arm exercises. But just a quick note. Whenever you do inner thighs, you need to do outer thighs and vice versa. So what we just did was outer, right? So we need to do inner. If you have stronger outer thighs than your inner, you are more likely to have an injury and vice versa. You work the bicep, then you always work the tricep. So you work the opposing muscles so that you're strong. And that makes sense, right? If your biceps are super strong and your triceps are weak, that's going to be a big muscle imbalance in your arms as you use your muscles, okay? All right, let's roll to the back. This is the last thing for the legs. We're going to have the knees bent. We're going to address the inner thigh. So we're going to keep the right leg bent. We're going to extend the left. From here, I want you to see if you can point your toes and then turn your leg out to the side just a little. So just a little turn. And then from here, we're going to imprint the back, and then we're going to lift that leg to about the same height. The knees should be at the same height. The toes are turned out, and you'll feel right here those inner thighs working and holding that leg up. So the outer thighs aren't working, the inner thighs. If you're not feeling it in the inner thighs, try turning that leg out more. I want to make sure you're getting this. And we're just going to hold it and breathe normally. And then release. And we're going to switch. And that's it. How easy is that? This is, again, another isometric exercise. So toes turned out. Imprint, lift, and hold. Feel that? Right in the inner thigh. Breathe normally. And And if you want to be exact, you can use a stopwatch and time this. You can do this exercise 2 or 3 times a day. You can time it, hold it for as long as you can, work your way up to a higher amount. And this is a safe exercise, as I said, because it's isometric. Let's lie it back down. These muscles help support the knees, okay? I've had a total knee replacement, and I don't want another one, so I do exercises like this and a whole other repertoire of exercises to keep my knee muscles strong, because if they are strong, they do the work of the movement rather than the joint. The joint has to move, of course, but you want the work to come from the muscles, not the joint, right? Okay, that's my 2 cents for joint replacement. Let's go ahead and do one more knee pull in, and then we're going to come to seated and do a little bit of arms. Okie doke, here we go. We're going to roll ourselves up, and we're going to come back to the seated position like where we began. And we're going to work a little bit of the arms. So we're going to start off with the biceps. Just have your arms out to the side, and we're just going to curl in and release. So make sure you're finding that bicep muscle and making it work. 3, out, 4, abs are in, 5, 6, 7, 8, give me 2 more, 9, 1 more, 10. And now we're going to grab the triceps, because that's the opposing muscle. So I'm just going to turn so y'all can see what I'm doing. We're going to place our hands behind our back. You can see my palms are facing each other. And I'm going to just pulse up. Okay? So pulse, pulse, pulse. And this you may feel in the morning, because this really addresses the triceps nicely. Now release it, and we're going to pulse towards each other like we're clapping behind our back. So we're clapping right here. Just a small movement. Feel that? It works. Okay. And release. Let's come back to our regular position. Let's roll those shoulders. Let's do one more thing. So we did a little bit of lower back work with the Pilates swimmer. Now we're going to grab the upper back. Take your hands right here. This is called goal post. I want you to sit up tall, belly's in tight. We're going to just squeeze in, elbows into the rib cage, and lift. Number 2, and up. 3, lift. 4, up. 5, lift. Give me 5 more. Counting down. 5, 4. Make sure you're feeling it in that upper back. 3, 2. Give me 1 more. Squeeze it. Perfect. Let's roll those shoulders again. Let's stretch those necks a little bit. Let's take our chin down to our chest like we did in the beginning. And then I want you to keep it down, and then just slowly circle, half circles from ear to ear. Keeping it down, left and right. Perfect. All right, let's do a quick stretch for the arms. Let's take your arm across your chest and gently pull over the shoulder. Hold it here. Y'all did great today. So this is a great introduction to Pilates. I hope you liked it. Do this video a lot, and then you'll get stronger, and then you can start doing my other videos. I have a whole bunch of different kinds of workouts. I use different toys, as I call them, props, balls, bands, magic circles. All right, let's just go one more thing. Hands on the knees, curve the spine like we did in the beginning, and drop that head. And come all the way up. And I thank you so much for your interest and request for this video. I'm glad I was able to do it. And I hope y'all have a super day. If you like this video, if you like the channel, go ahead and subscribe with the subscribe button and hit a like. and you'll be notified when new videos are out. Have a super safe day. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining Pilates with Sherry. I'll see you next time.